What's up, guys? All right, so today we have a Buick Regal. We're going to be tinting 5 on the back, 20 on the front doors, nothing on the windshield. So another one without a windshield today, which helps my back a little bit, thankfully. We're going to be using our Entry Pro Classic film, which is no slouch of a film at all. Just not getting a ton of heat rejection on this one. So, yeah, like I said, 20 on the front, 5 on the back. Things to note on this, we've done a couple of these before, but you have somewhat tighter seals on the side. We have some, what looks like duct tape adhesive right in here for like a temporary tag. And then, yeah, so we're going to tape it up. We're going to cover it up, and then we're going to be good to go. Good morning. Good morning. How you guys doing? We're pretty much all ready to go. So I have everything situated. Yeah, I think so. Yep. Yes, I do. Look at that. I'm so prepared today. What happened? What are y'all doing? Oh. Accept this. There we go. I bought a black Blue Max. Can you use it on all the edge? Can you use all the edges on it? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's one reason I actually got that same one too for a little bit. Yeah, you can flip it around any which way. It does make it harder. So it's a much just blackier Blue Max, but yes, you can do it that way. Actually, it kind of brings up something that we can do on stream beforehand. This should be good. Yeah, should be. Famous last word still. It's not. Okay, so I have a Blue Max currently in my Fusion handle, and one thing that you can do is get yourself one of these. This is a card sharpener. This has been around for a very long time. It's got this slot right in the middle for hard cards, and you put literally two lengths of a stainless steel blade, 60 degree. So you just take your regular stainless steel blade, or I guess you could do carbon too, and then you just slot it in there so you can keep adding blades to it to keep this sharp. But along this edge right here, the blade is actually still sticking out. So it's a little tricky to do, but you can take your you can take your handled squeegee and just literally just file off an edge on it and keep using the same squeegee. So that honestly is a little hit or miss. For me, I don't know, I've been trying warming up the squeegee blade just a little bit too to soften it up. What's going on? So if you have the blocked one or any of the other Blue Maxes and you nick one of the ends, you can potentially just save it and keep it going till you can't sharpen it anymore. That's been like the major thing that's always let me down, is like these things nick super fast. They're solid blades and I've used them for a long time, but you'll nick them so quick. So I just sprayed it, I warmed it up, and here we go. We're just gonna... I don't think that went well. I think it snagged. It got jammed up like right along the way. So the farther you go with this, the worse it's gonna get. Yeah. Sometimes we just need to leave it alone. So that's kind of like what it's supposed to look like. You're just supposed to like shave these little ends off. But the farther it goes, you only got so much area for this thing to get shaved off in. So I think I need to just like file that out, probably change the blade a little bit, and then I could probably get it a little bit better. I wish there was like a dedicated blade holder. That'd be great. I got a Blue Max that wasn't straight out of the box. Yeah, that'll happen. It really sucks because the quality across these things, I think, varies quite a bit. Sorry, we're coming back. All right, here I have all the things to do it so far. I have a little bit of time on this car too. It's not picking up till like 3. So unscrew this. Blade pops out. I've done it on the flat out. Blue Max was always harder to do it with. Yeah, it's hit or miss. Sometimes it goes well, sometimes it doesn't. Ordered 10 kinds of squeegee blades, and Blue Max was the only one that came messed up. Yeah, it's extruded squeegee, as far as I know. Quality control. It's varied a lot. So I've heard like a little backstory. The Blue Max is run by the creator's family, and like there's been quality issues down the road. So I don't know. It's been a blade that's been around forever. I'm surprised there's no iterations of it. Like it's just Blue Max and that's it. I'm trying to just trim off some extra plastic around here. Maybe it'll help. Blue Max is a tank. Sad it nicks easy. I agree. Yeah, this was the only blade that I used for years. And, you know, it getting nicked was just part of using it. So you just squeegee more. But in all those little lines, you can leave stuff behind. So when it's smooth, that's when it's the best. So put their blade in here, tighten that back down. We're going to give it another go, see if we can fix it. Because right now, she's a little janky. A little janky. Can you put window tint over window tint? Yeah, you can. No guarantees on it, but usually you're fine. I think the blade just dulls out after like a handful of swipes. Because that one went a little bit better, so I'm going to do one more. Do you ever use the red line? Yeah, I did. It felt harder probably because it was just a block one that I got. I nicked that really fast and I never used it after that. All right, one more time. Ooh, that one went really well. You think? Did it go well? Seemed like it did. All right, we gotta get started. We're dicking around. We're gonna just screw up this blade altogether, I'm sure. Well, that was interesting. All right. What I was trying to do is just flatten out the end a little bit more. Oh, there we go. That one went really well. Okay. We put it at a little bit of an angle that time, too. So, like, boop. You can trim off the ends, but we should be good enough, I think, unless we just completely wreck this blade a lot more with all the swipes that we did. Only one way to find out. No, it's good. That'll work. All right. Well, I want to run it one more, and I know I'm just going to destroy it. Well, that's what you can do. It goes better in the beginning, and then the farther you go, sometimes it's not as good. I'm just kind of checking it. Yeah, it'll work for today. So, need to find kind of a better way. I've seen a few little tricks, one including a vise that seemed pretty handy. That one, it's hit or miss. It's kind of like you spend $20 on a blade and you're like, although Blue Maxes aren't that expensive. So, with that, let's get some stuff started. How do you have your tank set up so it's not in the way? Get a longer hose. I can show you the way mine is set up. I want to make these hoses just a little bit longer, though, actually. I'll explain. We good? I think so. Good deal. All right, so I believe these are both 30 feet. Don't quote me on that, but it should be roughly about 30 feet. It's a dual setup here. So this is a 5-gallon tank. I actually prefer the 3-gallon. I got the 5-gallon for here because it's meant to be stationary. So I have dual dip tubes here. This is the tint keg. They put it in my studio colors, which is just awesome. Really like that. Oh, dang, I nicked it. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, well. So on this one, you have these quick disconnects here. Both of them have been set up as dip tubes here, so you can just take these, take the tank off, go fill it up, bring it back. 1, 2, upgraded like filler, valve stem, so it just holds more pressure. So this is all brass. This holds more pressure release. You can put a little bit more pressure in here. It's got the brass sprayers. I don't have the inline filters on it. It has them in here, and I use filtered water anyway, so that's all that I've really ever needed. So kind of keep it in the back corner. And then with like a 30-foot hose, if you put it right here at the corner of a vehicle, you're pretty much good to walk around the whole thing, and it doesn't get in your way too much. But if you kind of want it to sit back out of your way, just get a longer hose. All right, so let's tape some seals. So these ones are definitely felt. What do you use to filter your water? Honestly, just right now, I don't have anything crazy. I found a RV filter that hooks up to basically like a garden hose. It's just a really long carbon filter. And running your water at least through something like that, I mean, I don't see why not. You can do extra stuff like they do have an inline filter that filters out a ton of stuff. And then there's also like the 200 mesh filter that's on the end of the sprayer anyways. I think on both the plastic and the brass one. Super sticker. Tint Wiz.
Tint Wiz super chatted $9.99.
Tint Wiz with a $10 super sticker. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. How you doing? All right, had to check something. Just saying hello. Well, it's good to have you here. Appreciate it. What, do you tape the felt window tracks? It helps. It helps with every little thing that might fall into your tint. So I was trying to make sure I was far enough in here. Looks like it'll work. Taping is something that we haven't been doing for super long. It's one of those things that just kind of eats up a little bit of extra time. And I've said for a very long time that you don't have to. But if you have some extra time, it's a really handy thing to do, especially with the right tape. So like I was, I don't know. I was working at a shop. They'd always get this green 3M painter's tape. And it's like high quality painter's tape. And they would use it for all the felt seals and stuff. And it's thick. You get it wet, it starts to fall off. It depends on the panel. Something like this is infinitely better. It's wide. It's locked. No. That would be crazy. Okay, good. I was gonna say, if this thing is dead already and I don't even have the car on, we got a big problem. But yeah, I like this stuff a lot. So, we set up a little bit of extra time to tint cars here. So, it's just a really cool thing to add to your process that if you ever have stuff from the sides, felt or not, this will help no matter what. Clean seals. What kind of tape? This one is called tuck tape. I'm going to be looking around for some other stuff. I really like this stuff. You can find it on Amazon, but it's if you are in Canada, you should be able to find this at a lot more places. It's by a Canadian manufacturer, and it's mostly just distributed in Canada, but they do have it on Amazon as well. So you can still get it that way. I want to find something that's a little bit more accessible here, but it's called tuck tape. Really, really sticky. Thin, plastic. So as you're spraying water on the sides, it just kind of hangs out there. But when you have a tighter seal, sometimes it can be a little tricky to get it layered in there. So I'll do it in sections. It just kind of makes it easier for me to do. I'm not super tape proficient, where you can just like take one big piece down a curved seal and sometimes I can, but we're getting there. Scotch exterior surface tape, I'll mark it down. Definitely looking for suggestions on tape. There we go. Just as long as it's not painter's tape, man. That, like, I think that threw me off the whole taping thing for a long time. The extra time it takes is also kind of like a... it's not super fun for me to like roll all the windows down, tape all the seals before I get started. Like when I get a car in here, it's just like I want to get started, I want to go. And this is like prep. To me, it keeps you in the way of the job, but if the end result is a better job, then what? It took a couple minutes to do, so not bad. Let me write that down really quick too, by the way. Canon. Scotch exterior surface tape. Thank you. I'm going to mark that down. I'll check it out. Appreciate that. GoPro. It's like when I get a car in here, if I don't get film on the car within a matter of like 5-10 minutes, and it's like sitting here ready to go, I'm like, wasting time. It's just the way that I've been tinting for a long time. It's always like there's never enough time for a car, and now I have all the time, so it's like it's weird for me. It's like, oh wait, no, I can slow down here. It's helpful. So we're going to have a little bit of adhesive on this one. It wasn't tinted before, but always be on the lookout for anything weird. And, oh, I see a bunch of stuff. What the hell? Oh, okay. Okay, that's all ash then. I saw tons of white little speckles here. So this right here, that is definitely duct tape. Duct tape residue. Ugh. Temporary tags. Duct tape, don't do it. Just always keep duct tape off of your car. See people have a busted out window. All they have around is duct tape, and they duct tape like a trash bag to cover it up. And they just completely screwed their paint. I'm from Plymouth. I was wondering if you guys hydro dip. Oh, no, it's just window tinting here. Unfortunately, I don't know anybody that does hydro dip. It's a pretty cool thing, though. I looked into it for quite a while, but unfortunately, I don't know anybody that does it. Not in this area. What is even going to take this off? What are you using to scrub? I have the Triad Scrub It pads. Adhesive's so hit or miss with different adhesive removers. You need something that's gonna just eat into it, and if it doesn't, you know pretty quick. Looks like this is kind of iffy. It'll work a little bit. What tint would you recommend for a Porsche Macan? Doesn't matter the car, but I'll always recommend GeoShield. It's what I have here in all 3 flavors. Yeah, we got some here too. God. It's just a super fun way to start. We can try some window cleaner too, but I don't think this is going to do anything more. Sometimes glass cleaners will take off adhesive a little differently, but for window tint, depends. So we might take a blade and just kind of scrape around some of these defrosters, and then we might be able to finish the rest of it with the plastic. Of course, it's just right on the defrosters, though. That's what makes this so tedious. You're charging extra for removing the adhesive? I should be now. No. No, this is one of those courtesy things for me. It's just what the initial price encompasses is a tint job in a good film, and there's always going to be like variance in vehicle difficulty. So some will be easy, some will be difficult, and whatever this back window makes up in ease on installation and shrinking, it's gonna be a little fidgety on this. This is just like, to me, just part of the job. You're always gonna encounter something. Not always, but you can. Like yesterday, we had a little bit more to remove. There's actually like some film still in the seals a little bit, and back glass was clean, thankfully, but the quarter windows still were tinted. A lot of people asked if I charged more for that one too. If it's like excessive and there's just like a bunch, you know, like it's been tinted before, they just didn't care to do a removal on it, or they did a terrible job doing a removal, like, then yeah, now we got to talk about it. But come on. Looks like it's slowly disintegrating too. So the longer this stuff stays on, the better. What setup are you using for the soapy water? For the soapy water, it's a mix of Dawn and baby shampoo, the good stuff. I think we're like 99% of the way there. Yep, there's a little bit there, a little bit there. Okay, so more like 95. What, dispenser? Oh, a tint keg. If you go back a little bit in the stream, I actually talked about it right near the beginning this time. Welcome to tedious glass cleaning. Yep, a little bit right there, a little bit right there. God, this lighting helps a lot. That kind of stuff is really tough to see. So we're just gonna let this soak for a little bit. Let this soak on here, and we'll be back for it. Give it the last little scrubbing, and we should be good. Let's get some other stuff done in the meantime. Daniel Reyna
super chatted $9.99. Good morning, Master Matt. The elite of the elite.
Daniel Reyna with the 10. Good morning, Master Matt, the elite of the elite. Thank you, I appreciate that. How you doing today? GoPro. See? Way easier without defrosters. If you don't have to worry about defrosters, scrape it. They're all good. But it looks like his defrosters are completely intact, so, you know, gotta be careful there. Thought you didn't use razor blades? No, I do if you need them. So on a lot of regular glass, that's generally new, pretty clean. There's not really adhesive to remove. Soon as you have adhesive to remove, we always use razor blades. Last stream, many streams. We've used them in many streams. So if there's no adhesive to remove, then generally I don't have to pull out a razor blade, but I think we're, I'm not gonna say for sure, but that seemed pretty good to me. Just a few. What a bummer. Can I use a razor on a new Toyota Venza? Yeah. I forgot about that one, so thank you for the reminder. Venza, and the Lexus NX, but I'd assume they put it on more than that. There's a coating that Toyota is using. I think it's a really bad idea. But they're putting an interior coating on the glass to help with stuff. But what's going to happen is it's going to wear out and scrape. Like if you can scrape it with a razor, it's a really bad thing to have, because then you got to replace the entire glass at that point. Not just for window tinters, just in general. Like, can you imagine somebody wiping it off with a towel and then accidentally has like something in there and it kind of puts like a light scratch in it? On the 2021 Prius, yep, there it is. You're just doing all the things. A whole bunch of Toyotas are gonna have it then. As soon as it went from Lexus to just another Toyota, it's like, uh-oh. Alright. We have like, this is how clean I try to get these. Any little speckles like that we can have scraped off and removed, oh yeah, you bet. Can you scratch it off completely? I haven't tried. I wouldn't want to. It's one of those things that maybe with enough time and effort you can. But it sounds like the equivalent of like an old flaky window tint job where it's just an utter pain to do. This is looking much, much, much better. Took some time. I mean, shit. We're a good amount into this, and we haven't even gotten film on the car. I saw the duct tape marks, and I'm like, It's all right. It'll be worth it. Do you use degreaser? I really haven't had to have any type of other adhesive remover around, so I don't have any on hand. Really, if like Awesome doesn't fix it, then like there really hasn't been a reason to have it. So I should keep something around. Chemicals are funny. There's just a whole bunch of like chemicals have always for me been like, just try this, 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 and this. Like just grab all the chemicals on hand and just keep trying this or that, and hopefully one of them works. It's the way it always was with window tint adhesive for the for the longest time. I had a rapid remover. That's like a citrus-based one, and then like it was always citrus-based. They're like, this one's amazing. And then it's amazing on everything except window tint. And for whatever reason, there was like not much that worked for it. But then I came across ATR. And ATR is just super, super effective. All right, what do we got here? How can I let the viewer hear the comments? You gotta route your audio differently. So that's one reason I have the mic setup that I have. So it's what is called a submix. So you have your main mix, and then you have like basically what levels I can put for you, I can put differently for monitoring and for myself. So I set the text-to-speech monitor for myself, and I mute it for you guys. But if I want to, I can adjust it so you guys can hear it. But that's through the Elgato mic software. I had to buy it specifically to handle this. We good now? Looking good? All right. I think that's probably acceptable. There was just a couple of white speckles at the bottom that looked like they were grabbing onto the window. So finally, we can cover this up. This is going to be the cleanest Regal you ever did see. We need to up our base pricing. You know, at this point, I'm pretty sure we can, but there's been like a lot of natural upsells, which is really nice. It just doesn't always happen. So this one was actually dropped off at like 7 in the morning. Keys were left with it. I came in to work at like 10 and got it. Kind of worries me because it was supposed to be parked out back, and it was like parked way down over there, and I'm like, I don't think they really know where we are. But that's okay. I was trying to explain it. And it didn't look like they were really listening. So 20 on the front, 5 on the back. Let's get going finally. Are my lights on? It feels dark. I don't know why. Good size roll, 36. 36 will cover everything. Almost. That's what I'm using right now. 36, you'll watch. Sedan doors, cut them in half. Back window, it'll cover that. Usually leave enough for quarter windows. It's a sweet spot for a lot of cars. If you got trucks, do 24 or 20. Or flip the 36-inch sideways. How much? Excuse me. How much was it for the TLX? What did we do? Carbon? That was $295. But we're, you know, it could have been $320. We're changing pricing here. I guess they just haven't made it official. With the full windshield? With the full windshield, it's in carbon, it's additional $160. Varies on the film a little bit. Do you get customers every day? Right now we do. We are booked out through, I think earliest available is July 5th right now. Which really isn't as crazy as quite a few shops. But we're still, we're still new. Channel's not new, but the business is. So we're doing good though. I'd say we're doing real good. It's tough, man. When you are trying to stand out, like there's other shops that have existed and filled whatever tint work is available. And there's still plenty of people that, you know, just want an in and out tint job and like the places that they go to. So I'm trying to steal market share. And I'm also trying to do that at a little premium too. But nothing crazy yet. Just trying to do a better job. accept Bitcoin? Not really. I doubt that was a serious question, but just sell it and then pay for the job. Have you got have you got your glass board to look like that? It's just having some fun. So, it's those are storm. It's a storm window, and there's 2 panes of glass there that are sandwiched together. So it's really heavy, and it's actually pretty green. So my original thought was just putting a piece of frost on the inside or on the back side. So then it would just be white, but I did that and it's just green. And I was like, ew, that's gross. So then I ripped it off and then I tried, there's these crazy iridescent films. And I picked up one of those, slapped that on the inside, and then I put another layer of frost on it. I don't remember which one I did first. I'm pretty sure I did the iridescent and then I did the frost behind it. One of the two. So that helped. It's still not like, I don't know. It's fine for now. I wanted to backlight it, but made the camera all funny. It looked like a portal though. It was pretty cool. So we need some 5. So what roll of 5 do we have open right now? I think I got some spare. So we're doing 20 in the front, 5 in the back. I have these rolls that have been sitting here for a minute. Those are 35 and 20. All right, well that's not gonna work. 25, there it is. Cool. I have like near the ends of a handful of rolls that I'm still like, I have left here, and I keep forgetting that I need to finish them off. Perfect. Hopefully we'll have enough for the back. The tape you use for the back, what is it? It's my own little creation. It's called Glass Aid. And it is basically a thick, flexible tape. And it serves 2 purposes. One, you can see the line, which is really handy for making your cut. But its main function for me was it keeps the window safe when you cut on it. There's well-made glass and there's cheap-made glass. And when you take a blade to all of it, eventually you're going to scratch something. And that's expensive. So it's one of those little things that I started doing a while back now. Keeps it safe, especially windshields, man. Windshields are soft. Yeah, you never know exactly what is and what's not. Let's say they don't make glass like they used to. And stainless is still like safest way to cut. And if you're light, you're generally okay, but you never know when you're gonna get that little line there. So, I mean, ask a lot of tinters and they'll tell you, no, there's never, and then ask them outside of a public forum, and then they'll say, every once in a while you get that little faint line and you look close enough. Oh, I don't want to talk about that. I have no idea. I haven't seen it. That's fine. All right. We got our back patterns here. We're going dark in the back. This was so much of my winter work here. It's almost unusual right now to do a Pro Classic job, which is really cool. I mean, I can't say how many in the past like 2 weeks that we've done that have literally just been back-to-back carbon, ceramic, carbon, carbon, ceramic. I stocked up a lot on ceramic, so put in another big order for all that. Just got here yesterday, and probably gonna have to order some more 20 here pretty soon on the carbon. But yeah, business is good. I'm fully expecting a slowdown here near the later part of the year, but I mean, we still keep booking out a little farther, and you know, you have a handful of days that you start getting a little closer to that date, and then all of a sudden you get a rush of people and you book out farther again. So business is really, really good. And really nice to stay consistent. For a long time, I've wanted to stay consistent with the streams, and the way that I do that is just keeping business here. So if you guys like these, share them. It's starting to spread a lot more locally now. So we're getting people that have come off of these live streams. They've seen, they'll look up their car, they'll see the work that's being done here, and they'll be like, oh shit, I want to get my car tinted there. That's awesome. So that's been really, really helpful. It's not the majority of the business, but every little bit helps. Why does everybody like carbon? Carbon's a great film. What's wrong with it? It fits this sweet spot. So ceramic is it's the best, but it's expensive. Not everybody wants to pay $450 for the sides and the back, but carbon is 50%. It's that sweet spot. I think it's the best bang for your buck. It's like, what kind of PC do you want to build? Do you want to build an all-out one? Okay, it'll cost you a few $1,000s to do, if not more than that, really. Graphics card, everything, probably like $3K now. Build a really substantial PC. Good bang for your buck one you can build for $1,500. That's where, well, probably, I don't know. It's been a little bit since I've really looked, but 50% of IR, no dye, color stable. Yes, please. And we're cold here. We're cold here like half the year, so it's the other half that really matters. So, 50% heat rejection for 50% of the year. Ceramic better, paid $2.8K for my PC. Yep, there it is. Hey, I'm in the same boat, man. I have a Threadripper machine back there for streaming. I can totally appreciate spending more on a PC. There's lots of people, though, that just don't set aside the budget for it. Or they don't have the money for it, or whatever the case. You can find the door panel wrap locally. Menards, Home Depot, Lowe's, Amazon. A lot of places have it. Oh, we're actually not rolled up. I didn't even see that. There we go. So there's adhesive on that rear window. There's adhesive on the rear window. So I don't know what other windows are going to have something on it, but to me, whenever you catch a little bit of adhesive somewhere, that's where it's kind of, all right, you want to be extra careful moving forward, because you don't know. You're going to have a window all tinted, and then you're going to see that little bit that just completely skipped you. So these are good for what I always say is rough cleaning. So they'll scrape the window, they'll knock off lots of loose dirt and stuff like that, but if there's adhesive, it's only going to grab a little bit. Turn off the autos. Are they on? Oh, no, they're not. No, they're off. It's just the little running lights. No, okay. Yeah, it depends on the car. All right, so we have tighter seals on this one. They're not like that bad, but they are just kind of snug. So the farther you make your pattern go into the sides, the more difficulty you're going to have trying to tuck it in. What's your favorite car to tint? Easy ones. Malibus all day. We had a bunch of them too. Oh, that was fun. It was just like Malibu, and Malibu. Makes a boring stream, but it's great for business. I think Malibu is probably the easiest currently made car there is to tint. There's ones that are older that'll rival it, but the ones that are currently being made, I think Malibu probably takes it. I used to hate the older Impalas before I learned how to pull the seals. Oh. Yeah, I don't pull seals very often at all, but those are different. Those are right up there with like the Saturn Vue and a handful of other vehicles. I remember very clearly. They're the frame seals, and they just pull out, and they Grand Prix, they only tuck this far in, and they're pull out of your way, and you're good to go. Yep. Good stuff there. Has the Blue Max lasted? Not without trimming the end off. So we kind of, I think we're okay, but the last trim did not go very well. How did I trim it? If you skip back to the beginning of the stream, it was one of the first things that I did. Actually spent a little time to talk about the hard card sharpener. It's one of those like tools that you can get from a supplier that works pretty well for doing it. It's a little iffy. Sometimes it takes a little practice and finesse and ceramic for $220. Dang. That's cheap. This is $240 for not ceramic. Hopefully it's a good job though. That's what always concerns me. There are people out there that do good jobs that underprice themselves, and that's just how they work. It is what it is. As long as the work's good. It's when they charge that cheap and then the work's bad. That's when it's like, ooh. They're usually shorting in some way, though. Hit me up, I have a great tint to try. You could try sending it to the studio, but I doubt I'm gonna have much time to look at it. Maybe. I'm really happy with Geo, so. Not looking to change anytime soon. Had a few bubbles and they were quick to fix it. Very good. All right. Interesting. Wet the sharpener? I did. I even warmed up my squeegee blade a little bit too. That seemed to help a little bit more. Changed the blade right before I did it. I'm not asking you to change to a thing on it. Well, what's different or what's better? Wow. That was a solid throw if I ever saw one. I've been asked by a handful of companies to do like film reviews, but it's tough. There generally isn't anything new that they're bringing to the table. It's just different. Like, it's just like another film, right? Color stable, looks good, shrinks decent. Like, there's nothing really special about it. So, I say this for a lot of companies. I have the film that I like to use, and there's lots of other good companies and good films out there. So, if it's like a transition film, if it's like a crazy mirrored film or something fun for the channel, then maybe, but generally, it's not gonna blow my mind. Depends on how much they pay you. I mean, maybe. it's still got to be a good fit for the channel, though. You know, like Steck, for instance. They're like, hey, would you want to do a film review of our film? And it's like, I don't, no. I don't know. It's just. People don't care until they actually like are looking into that particular film. So it's just gonna kind of be the. If I made videos just for money, then I'd make a lot more videos than I do right now. I do live streams because I have fun doing them. The video portion, I thought I was more of a video creator. I'm more of a streamer. It's way more fun for me. The video side of it, like goofing off, having fun with like the Amazon, Walmart, that type of stuff, that actually did much better than everything that I'm doing now. But I do this because it's more fun. Let's make a tint stuff film. No. You did Lexin? Yeah, I did, because I got the thing was I got so many questions about it, so I felt like compelled to. So that is like the only thing that really got me to do it. It was just like every day, like, do Lexin, I want to know about Lexin. And if there's like that much of a demand for it, but if it's just kind of like, check out this film, I'm like, but no, does anybody care? And so it's either a lot of people have to care. I forgot that part. A lot of people have to care, or it's got to blow me away in some way. I feel like I have to fix this. We'll do this one, and then we'll fix it. Or we'll swap it out entirely. One of the two. I don't know. I was hoping I could just keep trimming little slivers off with every car. Looks like that'll only last so long. There should be a dedicated blade trimmer, but I bet I know why there isn't. Because then they wouldn't sell as many squeegees. Did you shrink them? I sure hope so. Yes, I did. Right? Right? Okay, good. That's a good question. Will you hire a tinter and just manage in the future? That is a tough thing. Many shops fail at that. It's every shop's dream. Yeah, if I had some consistent help and I knew it was reliable, sure, absolutely. I would have somebody tint. And I could grow the tint side of things and keep going. What usually happens is you put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into teaching somebody, and then they go start their own shop. So, someday I suppose, but right now, my goal is just having fun doing what I'm doing, and then we'll add some like classes and some other stuff. And we'll just kind of grow towards that. So first thing I need to do is keep building up consistency, so I have more than enough work for myself to pass off to somebody else. That's the real, like, you know, I'm booked out a fair amount right now, which is great. But if I have somebody else who's very hungry and very good at what they do, and you can't keep them busy, then they're gonna walk. They're gonna go find something else. It's just not fair. So hopefully, we'll get there, I'm sure. I mean, we've been in business here since October, so it takes a little time. Seemed like 3 years was like a really good sweet spot. Like, at least around here, like after the 3-year mark, it really started to like, was like a notable tint shop after that amount of time here. That's not going to be the case with everybody. There's people that are going to get busy right off the bat, that are more savvy at marketing or just whatever. Just lack of supply in their area, and they just come in and they just kill it. So we'll see. All right, let me see if I can maybe horrendously break this squeegee a little bit more. Or, got this guy. Looks like I already tried to file this one. That might be a backup plan. Could be a day when tint's a constant thing right from the factory. Possibly. But there's too many state laws in the way of making that a thing right now. There would literally, you'd have to have every state get on this board with the exact same program. And I don't see that happening. Not yet. What does concern me actually a little bit more is all the subscription and cars on demand. So if people don't necessarily, like, leasing's a thing, but you know, if you swap out your vehicles much more frequently, then it's going to be less and less of a thing. So who knows? That article I read? Yeah, I think they're missing something. I definitely haven't read it, but adjustable tint's too expensive too. It'll come down in price, but like it's something that you would see in like a Mercedes S-Class or something. But it's just the legality of it. You know, it would only be, they'd have restrictions behind it, like it's only when you're parked and locked or something like that, then you can tint it, or you can only do the back, or, you know, there's no way you would be allowed to do it all the time. If it's not a legal thing, a lot of times dealerships, like they're not allowed to sell it. Yeah, this is looks pretty screwed to me. All right, we butchered this one. Good. We're done. Done with this one. Not good, but at least we learn. Hybrid, how are you doing? Should we use this guy? This one's been sitting around for a little bit. I have some other Blue Maxes, but see what I mean with squeegee blades? I have a bunch of them, And I'm just kind of playing around with all of them again because it's been a while. So this one's definitely nicked, so let's do the same thing that we were doing before. It's crazy how far states are with their tint limits. Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm not concerned. You like there's too much politics in the way, like way too much. States won't agree, and like why would they change it? Like it's too much of a, there's too much red tape in the way, and there's not enough incentive to even do it. Ooh, there we go. That went real clean. Yay! Okay, so we fixed this guy. This is a hybrid that I had for a little while. That one went way easy. Alright, let's use this guy. Ohio? I know they changed their laws a handful of years back, yeah. I have no idea what the current laws are in a lot of places. I just know my state laws and a handful of other ones, but I forgot about the hybrid. Hybrid's hybrid's a little expensive too. Ooh, what if we could get a custom hybrid squeegee? Sign me up. You have one side green, one side blue or purple. Yeah, that would be cool. Hybrid's like a $20 squeegee too, I think. So this is kind of like, it's not cropped, but it's interesting because you have like, oh, we threw the blue. Where's our other ones? Block. Dang it. We got them over here. Yeah, so they're they got that bevel to them just on the ends, but they're not like cropped off. But you have two sides with, they say two different materials. I'm sure that they are two different materials, but they sure seem very similar when you actually use it. I quite like the, I've always liked the hybrid. It's an expensive squeegee blade. So, if we have a nice consistent way to like fix it, then how? Let's just keep using the hybrid. See, and now you guys see how I change squeegee blades. I'm just like, what about this one again? I forgot about this one. Let's play around with this one. That's not coming off. Or that's not staying down. What do you charge for full frog? Charge frog? I don't charge frogs here. We tint cars. Clear plastic carpet shield. There you go. Rip frogs. Yeah, right. Sorry. That's not loud enough, is it? Okay, that one's pretty loud. Tint exception? Usually an actual medical condition. But in Pennsylvania, I'm not sure. They're one of the few ones that I know is 70%, so you can't like tint anything. What a shame. I don't know if you guys got yearly inspections too, but that's that's brutal. It just turned off. I don't know why. It had the right amount of paint, I think. I wish our state law was a little bit more lenient about the front, but what they're not strict about at all is the back. So you can go as dark as you want on the back, and like nothing without a doctor's note on the front except for the top 4 inches. That to me, it might sound bad, but it hasn't been. Ever tinted a Q50? Yep. Yes, I have. They're not exactly super fun. They fall in line with the mildly pain in the ass SUVs. Sometimes the seals will be a little bit tighter. Windows sometimes are a little tacky, and they'll just be like, "Eh, all right." Come on, just need that right spot right there. I like how you start with a fresh blade for the sharpener. Thank you. That's the first time we've done that. We should... As long as like the card sharpener is consistent, I'm gonna like, what I'd hate to do is get a blade like this, slip up in the sharpener, and then just completely screw up like a $20 blade. It would just drive me a little insane. So this was a little bit softer to run through. The Blue Max was pretty straightforward the first few times, and then as we get farther down the blade, it just wasn't happening quite as easily. So need a little bit more practice, but because I mean, you have all the material. It's a shame to have to, like I've always felt this way. It's a shame to have to replace the entire blade because the end of it dulls out when the entire blade is made of the exact same material all the way through. Got 20%. Cops don't care. That is, yeah, that's totally gonna depend on where you live. Like, you could be a city over and they do care. Like, or it's just new guy gets hired. Like, that's always changing. Super. Super chat, Dorito.
Dorito Super Chatted $4.99. Hashtag Dorito Fund, T-Rex, Airplane.
Thank you for that. Hashtag Dorito Fund. I do have Doritos still. One second. Can you do a reverse roll on the back window? No. No, I'll do it on the windshields, and the back windows wouldn't be much different at all. I'm just not very good at it on a back window, so. I can explain how to do it, and I could probably get it, but it's never something that I'm going to do consistently on a back window. I never like reverse rolling with a lot of tight paneling and stuff. This one's not bad at all, but still. Dang! Canon. Dorito with the 5. Hashtag Dorito Fund. Oh, that was a T-Rex in an airplane. Thank you. Thank you, man. Much appreciated. Was the Orange Crush side easier to shave because it's soft? I don't think so. They're both, like, they say one side's harder than the other side, but they honestly, they feel the same. I don't know. Got a customer call? Oh. Do you do your own SEO? For the most part, yeah. Yeah, if there's one thing that I'm pretty good at, it's tinting. But I know a fair amount about SEO. It's really about titling with as many keywords in as many places as you can, and just having a lot of content. Their systems have changed a lot. It's not like it used to be. Where are we at? Sorry, I'm checking something real quick, and then we'll finish the back of this. All right. GoPro. So, yeah, like a couple things. One, doing the live streams. What I found out later is Google actually transcribes all the videos and uses everything that you say in search. So what's been interesting is, like, if I start talking about other shops, it's been a good example, and it'll get brought up again. But Alligator, every time I brought him up, people in Florida that were searching Alligator were getting served my videos of me talking about Alligator. Because that's just, like, their search is so good like that. So it's all relevant stuff. Used to be, you know, triple A. The more A's you had in your name, you'd pop to the top of the list. Now it's just kind of like, it's so refined. But I'm sure there's some stuff that I don't know. It's fun to mess around with, though. being charged $500 a month for SEO management. God, they sure know how to sell, I tell you. Why don't you read off a list of keywords at the end? It actually, believe it or not, would be better to read it off at the beginning. YouTube pays closer attention to what you say at the beginning of the video. So, pro tip, if you say the title of the video and put that in your description and keep it in the description, it'll do like a smidge better. How much better, I don't know, but it is better. SEO. Look, I'm not saying SEO management is total snake oil, but there's only so much that they're going to be able to do for you. It's very easy for them to charge the fees that they do, and you not actually know if what they're doing is helpful or not. Same thing with marketing. There's good marketing, they charge a huge premium for it. And is it actually effective or not? I don't know, maybe. You can pay $300 a month to be on the back of a Kroger receipt. Did it do anything for you? I don't know, maybe. But you're on the back of every Kroger receipt. Some things do, some things don't. So I can tell you a lot of it is having something interesting that people want to actually see. Websites are mostly pictures, caption every picture with good keywords and stuff that would make it very searchable. That also played into the name of the shop. So Detroit Tint Studio. I put Detroit because Detroit is well more known and fits into the YouTube a little bit better than the actual city that I'm in. More searchable. But it's not that far away, you know what I mean? So it's like Chicago Auto Pros. They're not actually in Chicago, but they're outside of Chicago. So close enough. Works. It's better than where they are. Lombard. Lombard? Something like that. Oh, we should have done M&M Tint Studio. Yeah. 8 Mile Tint Studio. He's taping every car. What is he doing? I know, right? I started doing this at the glass shop more. You guys win on this one. I'll say that. There's some things that people harp in my ear like, why don't you tape seals? You should tape that. Tape it. Do it. And I'm like, nah. Would you consider SEO management for money? No. I thought about it too a while back. I'm like, I've done so much into YouTube. Like, I know a lot about YouTube, YouTube and general search. There's a lot of it now is just being creative. I just don't have the time. I'd have to have somebody else do it. So I don't have the time to do it. And I'd have, you know, it's a tough world out there. There's all the clever little things that you can do, and then there's what the client actually supplies you with as well. Everybody does pretty pictures, lots of titles, lots of names, and it's really about maintaining that, I think. And that'll give you like some type of lead. But then you have to another helpful thing is creating interesting content that constantly has people come to your site. So like putting out interesting articles related to your business, but they have to be interesting. And I'd argue most of it is just wasted effort. All right, we got quarter windows, back glass. So, like most, we get our quarter windows from our back glass. So we're gonna put a little tape here, which we should have done earlier. Looks good. Yeah, for like any little things on the side. Don't forget to turn off the car. All right, you got me. We should turn that off. I love to jump batteries. Oh, so much. I still need a battery jumper too. I used my Blazer last time. Mm-hmm. But the headlights. It's all fun and games until it's actually dead. What does it take for you to use a Dorito as a tri-edge? Having it actually work. Maybe tri-edge should team up with Dorito and have Dorito flavored tri-edges. Maybe that's what we really need. Because they're already... That's not tri-edge. There we go. They're already Dorito shaped. That you can eat. Yeah, so when you're just hungry, you have the choice. You can use it to tint your windows, or you can nibble off a corner when you don't have time for a lunch break. It's the best invention ever. Not that one. This one. Scorpion color match sucks. It's green. I remember looking at them and they were, I don't know. It's been a while. That sucks though. Green films always trip me out. If it's like green, if it's a dyed film and it's too green, the reason it is green, it doesn't surprise me that it's Scorpion either. So, fun little fact about dyed films. Yellow is the first color to fade out. So, as the yellow fades, like they'll add more yellow in to compensate for it, which will make your film more green. So it's kind of manufactured to fail a particular way, so it's less notable. Not a good sign. You know, it's really... I'll stop talking about it. Is that why Suntech is so green? Could be. That's really unfortunate. Scorpion dealer. They're bed liner? They sell bed liner? Scorpion? Really? I didn't know that about Scorpion. I thought they were just a window film company. Oh, I can't see it. This is double limo. I think we messed up here. Oh, I can see that. All right, we'll do it that way. Viper. Yeah, I remember that. I remember Viper sold film. Viper used to be awesome. Not film, but... These companies don't, like, they just, I don't know. Let's get into window film, too. All right. Remote starters, window film. You do sell accessories, so might as well sell all the accessories. Here we go. We got it cut. I have a question about the thickness of film. I use 3mm film and it bends a little in the seals of the tinting door. Do you know? I think I should change to 1.5. Huh. Sorry, I had to think about that one for a second. No, 3mm film, you're getting into like security film when you go up to 3mm. If you're just like, I played around with a 4mm security film. Shit's like cardboard, so I can only imagine a 3mm film being very frustrating as well. If you're just tinting, just get a 1.5mm. 3mm's too much. Opening a tint studio in the Netherlands? Hell yeah. Congrats, that's awesome. It's always exciting opening a new shop. I think Suntech is good. I never got the impression that they were a really bad film. They're owned by Eastman, and there's a lot of companies that use them. So I remember their like standard Pro being pretty green. That's the only one. No, they're standard. Their standard being pretty green, which I was a little surprised on. But they were independent before they got scooped up by Eastman. So I don't know. Maybe they just kept the same dye colors for consistency, or they just preserved some of the better codes for like their upgraded films. I don't know. I don't know enough about them. Just that they were taken under Eastman's umbrella. They were too much of a threat. Oh, I do have more room than I thought. Silly me. I want to be under your umbrella. Is this a safe thing? This looks safe. A razor blade on a clay bar. Ooh, we got it. Cool. Let's not do that. Set you there for a second. Any updates on Glassade? I'm not sure yet. I'm still waiting on an update. It's always like, I'll know more tomorrow. I'm hoping soon. It's either gonna get in very soon or, yeah. I don't know. Well, not yet. But soon, hopefully. Good God, where's that other one? This one. I stocked up on it. You are one of the few. That was funny. I had a film order, and then I was talking to Gio, and they're like, "All right, we'll get this out as soon as we can. We're definitely stacked up." And they're like, "Oh man, okay," because they always try and get things out same day, and they're just like, ah, "Shit, I think it might have to go out early tomorrow." I'm like, "Yeah, that's fine. Like, I have a buffer," and they're like, "You're like one of the only ones." Everybody calls last minute. I'm out of film. I need film. So, same thing with Glassade. You buy what you need. But I didn't expect there to be like this type of shortage. This is ridiculous. Have you ever done a backlash on a VW Golf? Yeah, I've done a bunch of them. How the fuck do you tuck the tint? You just cut it really tight. You can cut the sides really tight and then kind of do like a taco install. Oh. I like that though. How the fuck? You just do it. Yeah, they're not exactly super fun. But usually a lot of finessing that goes on with that one. God, I am just so not hyped today. Oh, come on. It's got one of those hard edges on it. So you just sliver it in. Here we go. I have 8 rolls at my shop. Nice. Start the bidding. Here you go. You got $1 million. Boom. Sold. Now you can retire. Congratulations. I'm glad I could have a hand in it. What's the disadvantage of too much soap? Too much slide. That's it. That's literally it. And like lots of soap on the panels, and that'll kind of get really irritating to clean off. But that's it. More soap just means more slide. That's all. Okay. Explain this. How? Where did my triad just go? Oh, here's one. Okay. So on a seal like this, you can like, oh, it went in. Okay, maybe not. Maybe I'm gonna be crazy on this one. All right. So on some of these, like the blunted, like, they're not that blunted, but they're a little bit. On tri-edge, on a lot of the cards, like you'll sit here and like, and it'll like, once you get the card under the seal, then you can kind of like pry it back. But sneaking a tool in here can kind of be super annoying. The studio squeegee though is like, more often than not, it just like sneaks in there. I don't get it. It just does. And it, to me, this is like, it's pointed at the end, but it's like a, I just didn't think it would do that, but it does. Do you recommend more soap on a rear window? No. No, I'll use the same. This is 5 on the back, 20 on the front. Yeah, same amount of soap in your bottle. I mean, you could set it up that way, where you have a little bit extra for the back window if it's being sticky. Should have wrapped the heat gun with the studio logo. I'd be asked nonstop, what heat gun is that? And it'd be, it's a wrap. And it'd be like, oh, cool. I don't want to repeat myself. It's like carpet shield. Where can I buy your skills? At mytintstuff.com. They're for sale. I think. Are they? They're probably out of stock. Or just practice. Practice, practice, practice. 13 years. And we're still learning. It just took me 13 years to start taping seals. We got 13 months. The first year is the hardest. You get through the first year, and you're much farther along than a lot of people. The sauna championship? What? Does your dad like dark tint? No, not really. He's pretty adamant on doing like legal and lighter ceramics and stuff like that, but for the most part, I used to get really annoyed at this too. He would want us to tint his personal vehicles. He would use them as demos. So whenever somebody was there picking out shades, he'd just always tell them, "Come look at my car," and then we can go from there. That's a really good way to do it. So actually having a nice vehicle is a great excuse as a sales tool. But he like had a tourist show, and he had like, I think he did like 50 on the windshield, 35 on like the doors, 20 on the back doors, and 5 on the back glass. And I was like, that's so dumb. Why would you do that? And now I'm trying to explain shades, and I have 35 on the front doors, 50 on the windshield, and 20 on the back doors right now. I used to have, and then 5 on the very back. I used to have 5 on the very back of the Explorer. And it's like, people ask. They're just like, yeah, I just want to see it. What's it look like? And it's just, you know, if you only have one vehicle around, that's how it goes. Start doing things to just make your sales a little easier. It's like, yeah, I should have a vehicle with that around. Because it is hard to describe. And then more often than not, if you have a car tinted the way that you like it, you're going to get a lot of people that just go, oh, I want to do that. What's that car? I want it to look like that. And I've seen that work with anything from just like purely 35 all the way around to like 20 and 5 to 20 Just mix and match. Whatever the last car that they saw in the parking lot is. They're like, that car, I want that. All right, cool. All right, now hopefully we clean this back window pretty adequately. Maybe you could have different, if you remember, we used the scrubby pad all up and down these defrosters here. Clay bar. Oh look, still pulled shit off. How about that? One window in Chameleon. I don't know, like Chameleon is just, I'm, ugh. You bring in your own Chameleon, I will be more than happy to install it. Me stocking a Chameleon, I don't know what to tell you. Speaking of Chameleon, D3, what's up, buddy? How's that windshield
kills
going?
easy super chatted $10. The kills in the building. How you been? Keep the grind going.
Doing well, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for the 10. Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm on the fence with it. Bring it in. I'll do my best to install it. As far as reliability and longevity, I don't know. What's the issue with Chameleon? They're all different. It's just all the Chameleon films are different. It's good. I got a new roll, stripped it off, and redone it myself. Ah, fuck. Sorry to hear that. Well, we helped figure out what potential issues were. They're just finicky, man. I installed... There was one from Ultravision. It was their darker purple. Oh, no, they're darker, like bluish purple. Looked really good. And then it just, something wrong with the glue. And then I did a gold one, faded within 8 months. I've seen multiple ones posted in my group that have all faded in under a year. And yeah, there's no reliability there. So it's for, you want to change the look of your car to something crazy, and you just don't care how long it lasts. So, like, what do I stock? A handful of films, and like, what's the warranty on it? Yeah, as long as it lasts. Have a good one. And at that point, it's like, you might as well just go find the one that you like, bring it in, and then I'll charge you whatever to try and install it, and we'll go from there. That's why I only install what I sell. I like to do it because it's fun. It's something different for the channel, and with like regular films, I'm right there with you. It's kind of nonsensical, and you explain it that way to somebody like, hey, I bought a roll of film, will you install it? And it's like, no. Why? Well, let me explain what you're missing out on, and you're really not saving any money either. So, it's kind of whatever goes, goes. I don't have extra material. If there's a mistake, there's definitely no warranty attached to it, and good luck. But with the chameleon ones, I'm more sympathetic because thumbnails and interests. They're fun. It's just like every vehicle that I do is black. And so to do something crazy and out there, it's great. I wish that they made something better. Maybe it's there. I've been disappointed thus far. But wherever they're made, they're definitely not made from any known suppliers. They're all just kind of... All right, let's see how we did. Did we clean adequately? We had a bunch of duct tape marks from whatever temporary plate that they had there. Much better. Ooh, that looks good. All right. Sweet. No miscellaneous big glue patches. No random little speckles from whatever was on this window prior. Looks good. Yeah, I like that ending too. I like scrubbing the whole window down and just top to bottom, super just clean, squeegee the whole thing, and then it's just like, that's it. I don't even have to wipe it off after. So we'll do a couple little touch-ups here, check it over, and then we'll be good to go on this one. What time is it? 12:30. Look at that. We're done like 3 hours before he's gonna come pick up the car. So a little fold here, not surprising. Well, like, when I say fold, see this little guy right here, little finger there? It's from folding it in. Pretty straightforward though. Heat it up, let that heat pass through, get it to lock down. And it's been sitting. Any additional dry time is gonna help speed that up. Doing touch-ups right away on the edges with like a little fold or something like that, it doesn't hurt it to just let it sit, and it'll already have some dry time, and then when you go to warm it up, a good amount of it's already dried out, especially on a hot day. Looking good. This is the last one. Nice. I'd say we're in really good shape here. Hell yeah. Headrests, back window. And then we are good. All right, headrest one. All right, we didn't latch that. That's good. I couldn't remember if the ding ding stopped or we latched it. Dang! Look at that. Look at that. It's a pretty tint job. Ta-da! Canon. Beautiful tint from a beautiful person. I wouldn't worry about that little guy. This is nice. I rerouted some wires, and now my little dock setup is here now. So this is way more convenient than it was. It does look pretty good. 20 on the front, 5 on the back. Very, very standard. People either do 20 all the way around, which is super common, or they do 20 on the front, 5 on the back. My ceramic people will tend to go a little bit lighter on the front, though. The imprint on your forehead? Oh, yeah. I have an odd question. Fire away. Yeah, that's the GoPro head strap. It's comfy, though. I mean, about as comfy as it can be. That little fun. It's really soft, and it just kind of like clings a little bit. It's needed. We're moving around a bunch. Would you be willing to have me fly you down here when I get my shop open and help me set up cameras for live stream and possible to do 1 or 2? Yeah, I think so. That sounds like it'd be really fun. And you're in Florida, so I can turn it into like a family trip too. As long as I can turn it into a little bit of a family trip. Yeah, that'd be sweet. Messing around with cameras like that, oh man, we could have so much fun with it. There's a whole good bunch of stuff that you can do. I'll get Patrick over here as well. Could be a good time. Oh yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be really fun. Yeah, I mean, messing around with the technical side of it, yeah, I know how to set it all up. Managing the technical problems along the way can be a bit of a challenge, but yeah, setting it up for sure. Like, yeah, it'd be cool. It'd be really, really cool. Well, I think that about sums it up for today. What is today? Thursday? Next live stream is going to be on Saturday? What do I have coming in on Saturday? I should put this down. I know how to pay for people who know what they're doing. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's kind of, it's what do you want to do? I've figured out so many things in like what makes a good camera setup for what I do. But I've watched a lot of other channels and stuff to see what they do too as well. So even the Obsessed channel. Wondering like, okay, good lighting, like having good lights is good, but also like what makes cars stand out in lighting and stuff like that. So this flooring actually is not the best for darker vehicles because it's all dark. So what you were telling me with the all white setup will be pretty interesting. I have a 90 Mustang. I did every window, the little side windows. I could not get the dot matrix to lay down, and it showed silvering. I sanded 1,000 steel wool, clay bar. Is there anything else you could do? Even use vinyl and still silver. So on the 90s, that's got like the big one on the back. The quarter windows, like, so on this one, for example, I'm still gonna have silvering around the edges. They're You can heat them up after they dry out and get them to press down a little bit. Sandpaper, I don't know. People that sand things down flush, they say that it totally fixes it. I don't know for sure. I don't like taking sandpaper to glass per se, but dot matrix, you're always going to have a little bit of a problem. On the 90s Mustang, on the back window, 90s Mustang. Oh, yeah, I thought that was a little old. I'm thinking of the early 2000s one with that bubbly back window. This is the 90s Mustang. It's the 5.0, Fox body one? Yeah. I don't really have a good picture of these quarter windows. Yeah, dot matrix are just one of those funny things, man. You either fill in those gaps with something or you have to eliminate the surface entirely. If you ever watch the OG Wash and Talks, I want to do that, but with many angles. Okay. Ooh. Be interesting to see what they have for tracking cameras, maybe. Do you want tracking or no tracking? Because I don't know. I don't think tracking's there for regular cameras, but there's a couple of other things that you could do. Better DSLR camera or like a mirrorless with a good lens and a static angle will look better, and you could do a lot of angles with that, but you'll have to kind of change it with every car. So that'll kind of be a little bit interesting. Everything kind of fits in a form, but like, the difference from like a big lifted truck versus like a sedan like this, that's going to be a little bit different. But yeah, we could definitely set it up. I want to do tint and talk about the State of the Union type stuff. No desire to do full technicals. Right. Okay. But I can talk to you off stream about it too. I guess I got to look at his. So you would be cool with like basically kind of like a little farther out angle that shows most of it, and so you don't have to get up close. Here's one from 3 months ago. We're gonna mute it. Okay, how did it move? Does he just roll it? Oh, he does. Oh, okay. Yeah, I gotcha. And he just kind of rolls the cart around as he works on it. Come on, man, where's the GoPro? I'm kidding. I totally get it. I just texted you pics of it. All right, I'm waiting on him. Yeah, this one's dropped off for a little bit. So I got to run a couple errands first, and then I'll deliver this car a little later. So I had a little time after here right now. I'm going to set camera angles, though, a bit farther out. Gotcha. Be a nice way to have like a... There they are. Oh, I got him. Ooh, clean. I like it. Are you going to do that same floor? Like the gray and the black on the floor? Just curious. So we'll get... I'd have to figure out what's a good camera. Oh, there's a bunch of them. I just got to figure out what current ones people are using. Basically, we'll set up a handful of DSLRs. It'd probably be helpful to get like a camera jib or something. It'll be cool. That's the garage of my house, and yes, the shop will be the same. Very cool. That'll look nice. Yeah, it looks clean, man. That's sweet. I love that. Chicago Auto Pros just posted a video, too, of like the rag company tour. That was pretty sick. They have, like, they go a little over the top with some of it, which is super cool. They, what was it? Oh, God, I should look this up really quick. All right, and then I'm going to end here. Here, let me show you guys this. So they did a tour of a company called the Rag Company, and huge detailing rag supply company. They have a channel, and they basically made these like movie set style work areas. Oh, I love this. This is just awesome. You can see all the scaffolding up here for like the light rigging and stuff. They did the hexagon lights above. They have a handful of different sets. I love seeing stuff like this. So anything more that goes in these lines of just like super clean, but with like a media focused, oh, it's so cool. I love seeing the combo. It's really, really cool. We have a year to figure out, but I'm down to have you come down. Yeah, that'd be sweet. I'll keep it in mind. That'd be really cool. Alrighty. Well, I think I'm going to take off here. Yeah, we got something. We definitely got appointments for Saturday. I don't remember what's coming in though. We got a 10 o'clock and a 1 o'clock, so we'll be live with one of those. So I will catch you guys later. You guys have a good rest of your day and Friday. I will see you Saturday for another live. And, oh, super chats really quick. Can't forget the super chats. YouTube never fixed the stream elements. You know, I don't hate that idea. Saturday sandals. It's like casual Fridays. I've been wearing shoes, and I love tinting in flip-flops. I feel very unprofessional in flip-flops now for whatever reason. So I really like these shoes, too, by the way. They're really comfy. So I'm not missing out on a whole lot, but maybe Saturday sandals. All right, so big shout out to D3. Sorry about that windshield again. Thank you for the super. Dorito, Daniel, and Tint Wiz. Thank you all. I greatly appreciate the support. It's always fun running these, no matter what we kind of mess around with on here. So we always seem to learn something. So I will see you guys Saturday. You guys have a good one.